takes on just the last performance?
I think what sums it all up is we couldn't finish. We got put in some. It reminded me of the Virginia Tech game. We got put in some backed up situations. Our starting field position in the first half was the -8 yard line. We had 5 drives. We overcame it. I loved how we at least punched it out and we kind of moved it a little bit, but you've got to finish those drives once you start getting into the red zone. We had 12 drives overall and we only got in the red zone 3 times. So, that kind of shows that, we had 84 plays. So that shows that we were moving the ball and we were fighting and we were getting first downs, but we just kept stalling out. So really what summarizes the whole entire game is we just couldn't finish.
Haven't used Kennedy as much in the slot as you thought you may have at first. Any particular reason?
Especially when you get into a game like TCU, they do a really good job at matching off the receivers. So we felt that we needed to get our best receivers in the game when we went 10 personnel and when we got into passing downs. With Kennedy, he is an exceptional guy, but he's not in that receiver room all the time. Where in a game like that, your technique and fundamentals is very key to getting open, and that was our thought process. It was just let Kennedy spill Crawford because we know he'd get tired because we're going to give him a lot of touches, and just let him just be that guy to come in and run the ball.
Anybody at second line of receivers that you're seeing anything?
We're still working through that one. I think Reggie Roberson is playing hard. He is. I think that's something with the continuity with Will. That's something that we got to keep improving on. But I feel comfortable putting Reggie in the game as the outside receiver and going back and forth with it, which that's the one guy to me that stands out the most. But overall, we've got to find some more depth because Karan, Sills, and Gary are playing 90 plays a game, including special teams, which they're awesome kids, but and they can handle it. But throughout the course of a long season, that can really wear down the athletes.
Get a lot of bye weeks, huh?
Yeah, I wish. I bet you they wish too, for sure. But we're monitoring them and we're making sure that we're coming back on them in practice as well.
The progression of Texas Tech's defense
Right.
It looks like it's both scheme and personnel. What's your take?
Yeah, I think that it's a completely different team than what you saw last year. I think they're, Coach Gibbs, he does an exceptional job there. A guy that I've always looked up into this profession too. So he does a great job in terms of, putting those guys in best positions that have success. And you can tell that they went the JUCO route. They got a lot of junior college kids in there to fill the voids. They're very sound with their scheme. They eliminate a lot of the things that you do. They really turn it into a lot of one-on-one battles. So we've got a big challenge ahead of us in terms of how they're playing on defense. They've got a lot of energy. They're I think top 10 in the country. They're creating 14 turnovers on the year, which they've got a lot of juice. They fly around to the ball, which forces a lot of turnovers. So I wouldn't even compare last year's tape to this year's tape. I glanced through all of last year's tape, and I've moved on from that completely with how they played Oklahoma State and Arizona and Arizona State and Houston this year.